Chris Tucker is back in the news again, and this time he isn't just spilling the tea about the reason he left Hollywood. He's also revealing the disturbing details behind Larenz Tate getting blackballed in Baby. You'll not believe the things, he's saying. Larenz went from being one of the most successful black actors in Hollywood to now only getting small roles, all because he refused to be used as a freak-off boy toy like these other folks. Chris went through the exact same thing, and at the time, folks clowned him because the media made it look like he was going through some kind of religious psychosis. In the words of Cat Williams, he had to say no to keep his virgin whole from getting busted into. And this pissed those Hollywood executives all the way off. What made things worse for Chris and Larenz is that they both got their big break at the time when every successful black actor was turning themselves out and popping up in dresses and wigs for Hollywood validation. Larenz got his big break with his role as O-Dog in Menace to Society at just the age of 17. A lot of people were impressed by him, and that included the creepy Hollywood executives who saw him as nothing more than a young black boy they could take advantage of. You know, similar to what they did to Bryce Gray after he blew up with Empire. Chris Tucker was actually one of the few people to stand with Larenz at the time. And that's because he went through his own share of these same executives trying to be him to bend over for roles. Just like Larenz, Chris was also a big deal back then. In fact, Chris was the most paid actor in Hollywood, reportedly getting paid over $15 million for his role in Rush Hour 2, 3, and 4. But those offers came with things he didn't agree with, and he started turning down movie roles worth hundreds of millions of dollars. This is the same man who literally refused to repraise his role in the sequel for Friday because people on set were smoking. So, the fact that the industry thought they could get him to do anything for a movie role is crazy. They tried the wrong one, and he made it clear to them that he wasn't the one to be played with. Has Chris Tucker not talked about being in next Friday? I know it was Mike Apps, but we wanted him, he turned it down. Yeah. We wanted to pay him $12 million to do that movie. What? And he turned it down. He said it was for religious reasons. He didn't want to cuss, and he didn't want to smoke on camera. Once he started turning down these roles, they decided to punish him by replacing him with other black actors who they knew would do just as they were told, with no questions asked for half the price. And just like that, they buried Chris's career for good. He was replaced with Martin Lawrence, Jamie Foxx, and Kevin Hart. And baby, it didn't take long for them to realize why Chris was turning down them contracts in the first place. Martin Lawrence, Kevin Hart, Jamie Foxx, they were saying, hey, we'd love to do them. And to be fair, they did amazing jobs at those roles. Now, since they did such a good job, they didn't really need Chris anymore. But that was fine with Chris. When I say he was turning down movies, I mean he turned down hundreds of millions of dollars worth of movies. And it's literally just as simple as he didn't want to do it. He didn't want all that came with it. Other people decided to fill the role. The first to go down was Martin Lawrence when he was arrested in 1996 for running in the streets naked with a firearm, screaming on top of his voice that someone was trying to take his life. According to one witness, Martin was yelling crazy. Things like fight, don't give up, fight the power, as he was being taken to the hospital. Oh, but it wasn't over. Just 3 years after this, he almost lost his life again when he suffered a deadly medical emergency. According to reports, he went into a coma after collapsing while jogging in hot weather. Luckily, Martin survived this too. But when he woke up, something was different about him and his career. Oh, it was over as fast as it started. People believe till this day that would have been Chris Tucker if he allowed himself to be used in exchange for all those millions they were offering him. Jamie Foxx also wasn't spared. In 2023, the industry was done with him too. And just like Martin, he suffered a medical emergency and went into a coma that almost took his life too. I cannot even begin to tell you how far it took me and how it brought me back. I went through something that I thought I would never ever go through. And I know a lot of people were waiting, or wanting to hear updates, but to be honest with you, I just don't want you to see me like that, man. You know, I want you to see me laughing, having a good time, partying. Now, by being quiet, sometimes things get out of hand. People saying what I got. Some people said I was blind. But as you can see, the eyes are working. The eyes are working just fine. They said I was paralyzed. I'm not paralyzed. But I went to hell and back. And man, I know they talk about people crying on videos. You could do take two, but I'm not going to do a take two. Is what it is? And if you see me out from now on and every once in a while I just burst into tears is because it's been tough, man. I was sick, man. But now I got my legs out under me. So you're going to see me out. But like I said, I just want you to remember me for the jokes that I crack. The movies that I make, some of them good, some of them ain't. I think I got a good one out in the songs that I sing, man. And then, somebody was talking about I'm clone. Well, check this out. Now, going back to Larenz, he and Chris actually started in the movie Dead Presidents together. And this is when they reportedly found out that they were both going through the same thing. At the time, Larenz was just 19 and Chris was 24. So Chris pretty much became like his industry older brother and helped him maneuver his way through the industry. By the time Chris's career started fading, Larenz also stepped back from the industry and decided to live a private life just like Chris. Larenz has still never come out to reveal the exact Hollywood exec who drove him out of the industry. But a lot of people are convinced it's Tyler Perry, and they have their reasons for thinking like this. So, according to the streets, when Larenz stepped back from the industry, he went through some financial troubles behind the scenes, and Tyler reportedly stepped in to help, but allegedly he wasn't giving out that help for free. And Lauren didn't know this. He thought Tyler was just trying to help a brother out of a dark place, but the whole time he had ulterior motives. But it gets even worse. Apparently, this is why 50 Cent casted Larenz in the season 4 of Power Book 2, so Lenz would be able to pay his debts to Tyler. This ain't surprising coming from 50. If y'all remember, he did the same thing when he casted Monique in the season 2 of BMF after she came out to accuse Tyler Perry of blackballing her. There's a trend here of actors who refuse to conform getting punished, and from the looks of it, Chris and Lena were victims of this. What made a lot of people believe this even more is because Tyler is currently being sued by an actor from his show Oval called Derek Dixon, who claims Tyler tried to essay him multiple times. He claims in his suit that Tyler yanked down his underwear, groped his, and said, "Relax and just let it happen," and assured him it wasn't going to hurt. Dixon says he managed to rebuff this advance by changing the subject. People were quick to believe this because prior to Derek, Christian Keys had also made a cryptic post months before hinting at Tyler saying him. But word on the street Christian didn't officially file a lawsuit because he got paid. I've been speaking to my brother about making a declaration of my experience, what I experienced with certain powers that were moving inappropriately. Literally got at the same time this person was me for years. He was claiming, that he had multiple young black men on the payroll and they just had to show up when he requested them to be there. It's not just women that have to deal with it, but it's also men sometimes, and it'll be men tempting men. Once the I started, I was like, well, I got to protect me because I'm saying no, and I don't want this person, as powerful as they are, to try to get in the way of my work. So, I started recording. So, I have them offering me money to take my clothes off. I have recordings when I wasn't working with them, or for them. I have recordings of them confessing that, the other guys that they have on the payroll, all of the above. There is a lot going on. And as usual, people had their own thoughts, like this person who said, Tyler Perry blackballed a lot of people's spirit. God don't like ugly. Another person said, Larenz Tate knows his worth, and he most definitely knows the assignment. But now I want to know your thoughts. What do you think of Larenz allegedly getting kicked out of the industry after refusing to do what they were asking of him? And do you believe Tyler Perry had something to do with it? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and don't forget to click here to watch this other messy video.